Cast. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Kenny and JT on News Talk 1480 WHBC. Schroeder with arms like a German snake.
Hey, man, if he's got arms like a German snake,
yes,
that means my arms are like a Lebanese kid.
I guess. I didn't know there was a specific German snake out there. I know there were many types of snakes. I didn't know there was a specific German snake.
Didn't know.
Find out about this.
Yeah.
Why not go to the source, right? Let's go to the man, the myth, the legend, who coined that phrase last night in the Cavaliers' win over the Clippers. The radio voice of your Cleveland Cavaliers. Joining us from somewhere on the West Coast, Tim Alcorn. How are you, Toots?
Well, as Randy Newman would say, I love L.A.
I bet you do, yeah. It's still, tell them what the temperature is here, though, JT.
It's 62 here in the Hall of Fame city. We're sweating. Yeah. That's because we just ate some Nashville chicken and we're sweating because it's so hot. Tim, I want to ask you about that venue last night because it looked fantastic. I was Googling some of the things that are on the seats. Interactive with the scoreboard?
It is a marvel. It really is. It is a multi-billion-dollar structure that has every amenity that encircles the entire arena. It's just amazing. Everything is high def. Everything is crystal clear as far as the sound is concerned. Yes, interacts with the fans. Just an incredible structure.
Well, I guess that explains why they traded off all their good players. They couldn't afford them, right?
Well, I'm not sure about that. But, yeah, as far as the arena is concerned, it's just remarkable. It really is.
All right, so let's get down to the brass taxes here. Cavaliers, a very comfortable winner last night. They led from start to finish. It was 7-0, and they never trailed. An impressive win. Let's start there, and then we'll backtrack after that to the trades that were made. What was it last night? Was it the energy of the trades for why the players looked like they were the most aggressive? They were faster, stronger. They jumped higher and everything last night, Tim Alcorn.
Yeah, there was some energy. There's no doubt about that. Now, I think some of it was supplied by the guys that the Cavaliers brought in the DeAndre Hunter trade.
Okay.
Deion Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. I mean, Schroeder is a downhill guy. He gets in and he creates energy. He's facilitating. I love the acquisition of Dennis Schroeder. I think he's going to help this team. But, yeah, they came out with some energy. I think being in L.A. and understanding that, hey, this is one of the media capitals as far as the NBA is concerned. They wanted to put on a great show, and they did.
Tim, I was surprised. Cavaliers, they looked at their need. They addressed them before the trade deadline. And Kenny and I were both trying to figure out, because everyone told us, don't expect much because they're in the second apron. Well, we didn't expect much, but they delivered a heck of a lot. How?
Well, that's some shrewd moving by Kobe Altman, general manager Mike Mendy. I'm sure all the financial people in the organization were also involved with this. And again, not to go too deep into the weeds as far as first apron, second apron, but basically second apron teams, max contract-wise, you can only trade player for player. So that's where DG for Harden comes in. You know, $39 million, traded for $39 million as far as the annual salary. So that worked. DeAndre Hunter, that worked because DeAndre isn't a super max player. And so they were able to do the aggregate salaries there.
Really?
And then, pardon me?
I didn't know. I thought no matter what, Timmy. So that actually, opened the door then for to start all of this, didn't it?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And Kobe's going to be talking here in about 20 minutes. And so, but I think the Lonzo Ball, that was a sheer salary, just let's get that off our books. And so they got close to getting out of that second apron. Obviously, the deadline has passed, no more moves. So they didn't quite get out of that second apron. But that was why they were able to navigate their way through that.
Tim Alcorn joining us. Where exactly are you? Are you still in L.A.? Have you left L.A. For the next stop or no?
No, we're going to actually stay overnight in L.A. again tonight, and then there'll be a practice tomorrow, and then we'll head to Sacramento after the practice.
All right, so Tim Alcorn in L.A., radio voice of the Cavaliers, joining us. Cavaliers a winner last night, 124 to what was the final last night, Timmy? 124 to what?
91, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they crushed them 124-91. But what was strange about it, Timmy, and it's going to happen Saturday night as well, is Darius Garland was in the arena watching the Cavaliers, his old team, beat up his new team, and then all the guys after the game kind of went over and said their goodbyes. Kind of strange, but also kind of cool.
It was cool. Very bittersweet. I mean, listen, it was tough, and I'm sure Kobe will talk about this here in a few minutes. It was tough to see DG go. DG and I often joked around. Our rookie years were the same year as far as joining the Cavaliers. Now, obviously, he had a massive impact on the community and on the organization, and just a terrific young man, two-time All-Star. But I think the Cavaliers saw an opportunity here to add a Hall of Fame player, a guy that certainly has a resume that speaks for itself, and take them to that next level. Whereas DG, man, the last couple of years with the injuries and just fighting through things, it's been hard. But that's a real tough decision for the Cavaliers to let DG go.
Yeah, he said he knew about it, and now that the trade deadline has come and gone, everybody's safe, including you. You didn't get dealt. DG did. You're still there. You're still a Cavalier, man. You're on another level. How about that?
Yeah, well, DG has a super max contract. I'm just asked, would you like to do this again next year? Well, sure.
Hey, Timmy, I want to ask you about James Harden, because a lot of us, when we started hearing their rumors that they might make a deal, we're like, I don't want, no. Yeah. And the thing that we kept coming back to is, unfortunately, with Darius Garland, is the fact that he just could not remain healthy. Right. How do you feel about this trade? And tell us what you expect from James Harden, because you've seen him in person more than we have.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to some of the Clipper folks last night, and I said, all right, just give me your opinion, James Harden. And they, to a T, everybody said the same thing, and they all weren't sitting together. Man, when he's not on your team, you can't stand him. When he's on your team, you love him, because he is an elite basketball player. I mean, this is a guy that can score. He's going to create gravity, as they said. He'll draw people to him, and then he can facilitate. Going into last night, third in the league in assists. So he is going to open up this floor for the Cavaliers. You're not going to be seeing too much double teaming of Donovan Mitchell anymore when he's out there with James Harden, because Harden will make you pay. And he's a guy that's 6'5", so he's a bigger guard. I know a lot of the times I've been with you guys, Kenny, you especially, you've talked about that small backcourt. Well, that's not the case with James Harden. He's 6'5", he's physical, he can look over defenses, so that they've got that bigger guard. So from a basketball standpoint, you can't deny the elite level that James Harden plays at. And so in that case, man, if you're pushing all your chips to the center of the table and you're saying we're in it to win.
Tim Alcorn is our guest here on the Kenny and JT show, checking in with us from L.A., talking about the Harden for Garland trade. And Timmy, I wanted to get rid of Garland because I didn't believe 6'3" and 6'1" could get it done. It's only happened 3 times in NBA history. A starting backcourt of that size is one. So I was, pushing for this 2 years ago. Well, Kobe obviously drafted Garland. You don't like to give up on somebody you draft, so they waited as long as they could. But I give them credit for making the move. But then it was James Harden. And I'm like, no, this guy's terrible in the postseason, though, okay? Everything you said about him offensively in the regular season, dead on. I mean, you can't argue that. 9th leading scorer all time. But in the postseason, in the biggest games, and I picked out 10 of them yesterday, he's been awful during crunch time. Do you think it might benefit him now where he's maybe not the guy, less pressure because of a Donovan Mitchell?
100%.
Okay.
If the Cavaliers advance deep into the playoffs in the Eastern Conference this year, to the Eastern Conference Finals, and hell, maybe the NBA Finals in June, James Harden's not going to be the leading scorer.
Okay.
He is not. It's not going to be on his shoulders. He'll score, but the bulk of the offense is still going to run through Donovan Mitchell, and you got two bigs with Mobley and Allen. How about Harden on the lobs to those guys? I mean, they're going to be wrecking rims night after night. So, no, James Harden, and we all know the playoff resume. Listen, you can't hide from it, but he's not going to have to take a lot of shots and carry the team in postseason basketball. He's going to be the floor general out there that's going to get everybody else their shots.
Timmy, this question is going to be like arms with snakes, because I'm going to go in like 18 different directions on this, because now when you're Kenny Atkinson and you look at this roster, and we don't even know if we expect Strus back at any time this season. But when you look at only 30 games left, it reminds me of last year. You made the deal for DeAndre Hunter, didn't work out, didn't know when to expect him to arrive. Well, obviously he's gone now and he didn't arrive. These guys looked the part last night, looked like they're here. We don't know what to expect from James Harden. We won't see him till maybe Saturday. But if you're Kenny Atkinson, and now you've got probably the best bench that you've had all year long, if Strus does come back, how do you use him?
Well, as you said, I'm not Kenny Atkinson, so that's going to be for Kenny to figure out. But, man, what a great problem to have.
True.
Because I 100% agree with you, JT. This is as deep a bench as the Cavaliers have had. I mean, you're going to have, Harden and Mitchell in the backcourt if they stay with the Wade along with Tyson and Allen. Now, of course, when Mobley gets back, that's going to put probably Wade on the bench. So look at that bench with Schroeder, Ellis, Wade, Merrill. I mean, right on down the line. So they're going to have a 10-deep roster. And when Strus comes back, he certainly won't be at the level that we're used to seeing Max Strus at until he finally rehabs himself into playing shape and all that. So, yeah, Kenny's going to have to figure that all out. But as I said, that's a great problem to have. I'd rather have too many good players than not enough.
Do you believe that Jalen Tyson and his ability to, rise to the occasion and get more playing time after being an afterthought last year by me and even the coaching staff, Kenny admitted that last night, right? Do you believe he allowed them to get rid of the lengthy DeAndre Hunter, as well as maybe take a chance on trading DG because this kid emerged?
Yes. Oh, I would absolutely agree with that. I mean, you have to look at every piece of the puzzle, and Jalen Tyson has demonstrated. Certainly, this sample size is large enough now. You're 52 games in. As you said, only 30 left. He has shown he's risen to the moment. He's third in the league in three-ball shooting. He's a harasser at the defensive end. He brings some vinegar to the floor. I won't use the first part of that phrase, but he's a guy that plays with passion and with energy. And I think Jalen Tyson has demonstrated to the Cavs, you've got a guy that you can depend on with me. And so absolutely, when Kobe entered the trade market, understanding we've got Tyson that can fill some of these roles now.
Timmy, is there any timeline on Evan Mobley and that calf muscle?
He was getting shots up last night during the pregame at the Intuit Dome. So not to say that it's imminent, but he was out on the floor. He was moving around. So, I would say it's going to be sooner rather than later. When you're out getting up shots, that's a good sign.
Do you think possibly they rushed him back after the calf injury the first time, or will they just say, okay, we're just going to shut you down till after the All-Star break?
No, I don't think they rushed him. I mean, believe me, if anybody operates and errs on the side of caution, it's the Cavaliers. They don't rush people back. So I'm sure everybody thought, including Evan, this guy's good to go. He's ready to go. And unfortunately, it happened again. So they'll take their time. They realize this is all about late April, May, and hopefully June. So until Evan says I'm ready and he's cleared by the staff to be ready, they won't play him.
The radio voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Tim Alcorn, joining us from Los Angeles. Last thing, and we'll let you go, Timmy. We always appreciate the time. Sacramento on Saturday, Denver Monday, then Washington home, and then the break, correct?
Yes.
When you look at this team going into these final three games, you're going to get to see Harden on Saturday along with Ellis and Schroeder, who played last night. What are you expecting? What are you looking to get out of these three games if you're Kenny Atkinson, as well as Tim Alcorn calling the action? What are you expecting?
Well, just how quickly these guys acclimate themselves to their new teammates. Schroeder and Ellis certainly looked comfortable last night.
Yep.
I mean, they just fit right in. And we talked earlier about the energy that Schroeder brought to the floor. I think it's a great acquisition. But just to see how comfortable they are with one another, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of bumps here and there.
Sure.
Where, guys just don't know tendencies. But Sacramento's just a mess. They're a god-awful mess. So you'd hope you can get one Saturday night. Sacramento, ironically, plays the Clippers Friday night.
Wow.
So they'll be on a back-to-back. That final game of a long road swing is always hard. So Denver will be a challenge, although they're on the East Coast right now, so they'll be coming back. So maybe we're catching them at the right time. And then the Wizards, man, they've made some moves. But, yeah, let's just see how comfortable these guys are. And let's see, the experimentation that Kenny uses with rotations and combinations on the floor. But, man, guys, I think this is going to be a hell of a ride with 30 games to go. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Does Dennis Schroeder know that you told him that he's got arms like a German snake?
When you guys ran that as you came into the interview here, that's the first I had heard it. Guys, I don't know what I think.
We've already figured that out, Tim. We already know that. You don't have to tell us.
That's why I was laughing when I was like, oh, my goodness. So,
by the way, Tim, Germany has 7 native snake species, mostly harmless, with only 2 venomous types, the adder and the asp viper. So the asp viper.
An asp viper?
ASP.
Asp.
Yeah.
I think you said call him an ass viper.
No, the asp viper. Those are the 2 venomous German snakes. So you can do more research on that if you want to continue to use it, all right?
With arms like an asp viper.
There you go.
There we go. He's the best. Tim Alcorn checking in with us from La La Land. He's always in La La Land when he's on this show, and we love having him here. Follow him on Twitter at Cavs Alcorn, and, of course, listen to him right here on WHBC.